Okay, so go ahead and find yourself in a tall feeling, supported feeling seat. Whatever that looks like doesn't really matter. Maybe pay attention if you're in your chair to not crossing at the ankles or knees and instead planting your feet firm on the ground. But whether you're on the floor or on a chair, definitely notice your shoulders. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears a few times. Give your head and your neck some extra space. You want to be long in the sides of your neck. Pay attention to your pelvis. Imagine it's like a bowl, right? And if there's water in the bowl and it's going to spill one direction, see if you can easily and without a lot of effort get the water to spill forward. Okay. If it feels like it's a lot of effort, especially if you're on the floor, I would recommend getting some blocks underneath your tuchus and then positioning yourself in a way where you feel like your tail's kind of poking out behind you and your pelvis is really gently rocking forward. It doesn't have to be intense. Okay, good. And then let your arms hang out of your shoulders, bend your elbows, and then rest your hands on your legs or your chair or the floor if you're close enough. Let your gaze go forward and slightly down. Maybe even imagine tucking your chin down and back and like pressing it into a wall behind you. Good. Pick something ahead of you that's not moving where you can stare. And then soften the muscles around your face, especially around your eyes and your jaw and your mouth. You could swallow. Let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth. Maybe gently part your teeth and your lips. You could let your eyelids get heavy or even close them all the way. That's always up to you. And take a second to mentally separate yourself from what you were doing so you can come fully now into what you are doing. Good. Start to ground and center yourself by engaging with your senses. Start with what you see. Even if your eyes are shut, just notice general shapes and colors around you without moving your eyes a lot, as best you can. Notice lights and shadows as well. Notice where the doors and the windows are in relation to your body. And notice where the other people are in relation to your body. Notice all the noises in the space besides my voice. Notice your personal bubble of space. Use your spidey senses. Get a sense of what's in front of your body, yes, but also immediately to the sides of your body, and notice what's immediately behind your body. Notice if you detect air on your skin versus where your clothing is covering your skin. Notice where your body is touching your seat. Notice your spine. See if you still feel tall or if you need to make some sort of little adjustment to make it a little easier. And then bring awareness to your breathing body. Don't change your breath yet. Just notice what it feels like to be sitting here breathing today. Notice the way that your brain is describing what's happening to you. Is it qualities like quick, slow, easy, labored, deep, shallow? Or is your brain tempting you to use words like good or bad? And see if you can float away from the judgment side of things and just be with what it is right now. None of it's right or wrong. You're still breathing. And then if you wish, you could start to lengthen your breath if you haven't already. Maybe you imagine the inhales coming down deeper, lower, almost like your lungs can grow into your low back and your hips and your belly. As you exhale, preferably through the nose, but you could exhale through the mouth. Slow the air down. If you're exhaling through your mouth, act like you're blowing out of a straw. And sense that longer, slower breathing. You could imagine it. Maybe there's a color or an image that helps you. Or maybe you're just relying on sensation in your body. But observe, inhaling and exhaling, doing nothing else. There's nowhere for you to go. There's nothing for you to do. You don't have to be anyone for anyone right now. Just keep breathing. Do one or two more like that. And then bring attention back to your natural breath. Let go of control. Sense if there's anything left over so far, any shesha, which translates from Sanskrit to echo or the remaining thing, the residue. Good. Inhale, open your eyes if you haven't already. You can look around the room again, be a little more alert and awake. If you're in your chair, probably scoot forward more towards the edge of your seat so you have more room behind you. Good. And if you're on the floor, remember you can always like change your legs position, have them out ahead of you or crossed, however is most comfortable. The most important thing is to feel tall in your spine. Okay, good. So looking ahead, soft face, soft sides of the neck, heavy shoulders. Good. Inhale, get taller through the crown of your head. Exhale, let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. Let the shoulders stay down. I know, especially in my body, I hold tension up here, so it's like my shoulders want to help, right? See if you can coax them down, let them stay down, and just let the weight of the head tilt over. It may be less than you think you should, and that's okay. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, other side, same thing. And yeah, I saw someone doing this. If you have neck or shoulder pain or tension, and this is already a lot of sensation, you could offer support to the head with one of your hands. If you want to exaggerate the feeling, you could take that same hand onto the right side of the ear and apply a little bit of pressure into the head and push your head into your hand. Good. Inhale all the way back to the center. Exhale, look to the right. So turn your whole face to the right side of the room. Pretend there's a marker on the tip of your nose and draw circles above your shoulder. Just go one direction a few times. It could be really small or really big. Just move slower than you think you should and keep breathing. And once you go one direction a few times, pause and then go the other direction too. Still looking to the right. Still soft face. Good. Inhale yourself through the center when you're ready, and then exhale to the other side. Good. Try what you did on the other side, but remind yourself we're not like forcing the body to be identical from left to right. It's probably never going to happen. My teacher always says, no two bodies the same, no two sides of one body the same. So just notice what it is instead of telling yourself what it should be. And go the other way too if you haven't already. When you're ready, inhale yourself all the way back to the center, and then exhale, stay tall, but tuck your chin down towards your chest. In some bodies, it's going to touch, and that's okay. You could be still, or you could scrape your chin side to side towards your shoulders like you're tracing a smile. You could stay with what you're doing, or when you come to one shoulder, you could lift your head and look to the side, and then exhale down through the center, inhale other side. I don't recommend doing a full circle with your head tilted back. Maybe stay just in this front 180 of your body. Good. One or two more like that, whatever you chose. Stay tall through your spine the whole time. And then meet me back in the middle. Chin is still tucked. Pull your pelvis in and up. Pull your belly in and up for support. Gently place your fingertips on the back of your skull. You don't need to push. Just that little bit of contact might be enough to exaggerate. Some bodies like to interlace the fingers. And then bring your elbows together closer in front of you. Again, in some bodies, they're going to touch, but it's not necessary. Breathe really big now into just the top half of your back. Breathe into your armpits and the sides of your rib cage and the upper back and shoulders. Really, really big. Like if you're using that balloon image, like in the belly, imagine the balloon is only now in the upper part of the chest and the shoulders and the back. Good. One more like that. Shoulders down and back, elbows forward and in. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, open your elbows out to the side, look straight ahead, soften your face, soften the sides of your neck. And then release your fingertips towards the sky. Maybe one at a time, you kind of swim your shoulder blades back and down further onto your spine. It's okay if you have shoulder and neck stuff happening in your body to take the arms physically forward ahead of the line of your spine a little bit more. In either case, take the elbows forward and the thumbs back. Squeeze your shoulders together behind you a little more. Lift your heart. Lift your back ribs up off your hips. Maybe look up with the eyeballs. Maybe your whole head starts to look up. Stay for a breath or two. You could keep your arms where they are, or you could offer support to your skull by putting your hands back on the back of your head. Breathe. Keep imagining the elbows pulling apart from each other. Next time you inhale, pelvis in, belly in, inhale all the way back to the center, head stacked on top of your spine, and then release your arms down by your sides. Good. Hands on your knees. Let's do our spinal actions now. So inhale, belly pulls forward, chest pulls forward, gaze goes forward and up. Exhale, round your shoulders more than you tuck your tail. Head gets heavy looking down at your pelvis and belly. Go back and forth at your own cadence. Inhaling forward, squeeze your shoulders towards your hips. Try not to reach the top till your lungs are super duper full. And then exhale, big round shape like a black cat on Halloween. Really, really round. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Get all the air out of your lungs. Good. Follow your own pace. Go back and forth. Notice if your body likes to move slower or faster than your breath. It's normal for it to be one or the other. See if you can just line them up a little bit closer. When you notice sensation in the body, see if your brain automatically goes to judgments like, oh, that feels good or bad. See if you can instead describe exactly what you're feeling. You could even pause where it feels sticky or interesting and take a few breaths. So you have time to analyze, like, is it sore? Is it hot or cold? Is it electric feeling? Is it a nerve feeling versus a muscle feeling? See if you can kind of analyze it to yourself without using judgments like good or bad. Maybe one or two more back and forth. Take your time though. No need to rush. And then inhale yourself back to center when you're ready. Good. Maybe roll your shoulders again, head stacked on top of your spine. Let your arms come heavy out of your shoulders. If you're in your chair, kind of dip side to side. You probably can't reach easily to the floor, so put a block on either side of your chair so that you can touch something just for support. Even if you're on the floor, you might want blocks. Good. Okay, so identify your right arm first. You can give it a little wiggle if you want to. And then looking straight ahead, soft face, shoulders down. Inhale, lift your right arm either out to the side or overhead if your neck's okay with it. If you're reaching overhead, lift your shoulder blades up towards your earlobe. Good. Soft face. Get as long as you can from the hip to your fingertips. Keep your seat glued down. Inhale. And then exhale, start to lean over until your left fingertips touch the block or the floor. You could come down to your palm. You could bend your elbow. You could reach your arm further away. Maybe you want no support underneath, and you could pretend you're holding like a beach ball in your arms. Stay and breathe. Notice where your heart is pointing. If your heart is pointing forward, see what happens when you tilt it down towards the floor and kind of reach towards the front corner of the room instead. If you're already pointed that direction, back out a little bit and see if you could point your heart forward. Notice where it sends the sensation, how it changes or moves as you stay and breathe. Good. Before you come up, press into what's touching down, pelvis in and up, belly in and up. Ride your inhale all the way up to the center, and then exhale, let your arms come down. Good. Notice the shesha, notice the whooshing feelings, the blood pressure changes, temperature, tingling, whatever it is. And then get ready to do the other side. Next time you inhale, other arm, out or up. Make space between your shoulder and your hip. Inhale for length first, and then exhale, lean over towards the right. Little bit or a lot of it. Both arms up or one arm up. Maybe no arms up. You could always put the arm on top behind your back. Play with your angles. Soften your face more. Breathe smoother and bigger. Even if that means you have to back out a little bit. Good. Before you come up, press into your feet in your seat, pelvis in, belly in. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, arm comes down. Good. Notice what's left over. Let's do gentle twisting to each side. So inhale, arms out to a T shape. Exhale, twist to the right, and just let your arms come down to help support you. Remember, we're not like pulling and cranking. We're not trying to pop the back. Just let the arms come down so that you can more easily stay in place, but still look for length. Chin down and back. Belly in. Soft face, shoulders down. Maybe you look over your back shoulder. Next time you inhale, come all the way back to the center. And exhale, arms come down. Take a breath in between. Notice what's left over between the two sides. And then when you're ready, twist the other way. Arms come down for support, but not to pull or crank. Belly in and up for support in the low spine. Chin down and back, length all the way from tail to crown. Maybe you look over your back shoulder for the last couple rounds of breath here. When you're ready to breathe in again, come all the way back to the center. And then exhale, let your hands come down. Take a breath, notice what's left over. Good. Come to stand at the top of your mat if you're a stander. If you're going to stay in your chair, great. Stay at the edge of your seat, but make sure you have enough meat on the seat so if you fold forward, you're not going to feel like falling. Cool. Okay. So march in place, just one foot after the other. Don't talk to your feet. Don't tell them to do anything in particular. And then stop suddenly. Maybe look down at your feet, see if they're where you thought they would be. They don't need to change unless you feel unstable. And then if you do feel unstable, I recommend just kind of heel toeing them a little bit wider so you have a bigger base, like more of a pyramid or a mountain. Good. Look straight ahead. Maybe roll your shoulders down away from your ears again if they crept back up. Test the diving board a little bit, bounce into the knees, make sure the knees stay supple and you don't lock them in place, but be tall. So without tucking your tail, reach your pelvis and your tail for the ground. Without lifting the shoulders, reach the head up towards the sky or the ceiling. Arms coming down out of your shoulders, tilt your palms to face forward in your Tadasana mountain pose. Imagine like a line comes out of your arms and keeps extending down to the floor. And the pinnacle of the mountain is the space above the top of your head. Good. Next time you breathe in, reach your arms around and up. They could touch at the top. You could look up and stay. Supple knees, pressing into your feet, gripping the floor with the toes, but still weight in the heels. You could hook your thumbs and use that kind of leverage feeling to pull your arms up higher. Maybe it makes you feel a little taller. Stay for another inhale, get as long as you possibly can. And then exhale, fold forward so you can have arms to the side or ahead of you. Bend your knees generously so your belly and chest can come to your thighs. If your low back is cranky or if you get migraines, I recommend elbows on the knees and cradle your head. But if it's okay, you could let the arms dangle and the head dangle. Breathe where you landed, as full and smooth and big as you can. You could grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. You could bend one knee at a time. You could do something I didn't mention. Head is heavy. Breath is big. Weight in your heels so you don't tip forward too much. Good. Next time you breathe in, come only halfway up. Your arms can kind of slide up your legs somewhere. In some bodies, they, stay on the floor and they have a flat back. In my body, that's like a lot for the hamstrings. So my arms kind of slide up my shins towards my knees a little bit. You want to really reach through the crown of your head. Weight in your heels. Make sure you can lift your toes and set them back down. Squeeze your shoulders onto your spine. Pull your pelvis in and up, pull your belly in and up, chin down and back. So you're long, long, long. Stay for another inhale and then exhale. Bend your knees, fold forward one more time. Head is heavy. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Next time you breathe in, come all the way back up to standing. So press into the floor as you lift up. Let your hands touch at the top. Exhale, hands slide down towards your chest, really pressing into both of your hands, pulling the elbows out to the side, squeeze your shoulders onto your spine, and look ahead. Good. Let's do that a couple more times, a little bit faster now. Inhale, reach around and up, long from foot to fingers, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long and strong. Exhale, fold again. Press into your feet to inhale, lift up. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, hands slide down, pressing into both hands towards the center of the chest. Let's add on. Inhale, reach around and up. Maybe a back bend, hips forward, elbows back. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your toes this time. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Two more without instruction. Just go at your own pace. or do nothing and take a break. Look for length in the spine the whole time, even when you're folding forward. Look for length, especially in the low back, even if that means you fold forward less or you bend your knees more. When you get back to your mountain pose, stay and observe. Notice what is left over, anything that's changed or shifted in the way your body feels or the way your mind is working or the way your breath is working inside of your body. Just notice. Good. How are we feel? Everyone's standing today. How are we feeling about like coming down onto one knee for a few seconds and then back up? How do y'all feel about doing that, trying that? And remember, we could always use a chair for support. So we could take a leg back with support, come down onto one knee, maybe let go of the chair, and then come back to standing. Y'all want to try some of that? Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So we'll try some stuff that involves coming down onto a knee from standing and then back to standing, but everything we're doing you could keep with the knees lifted off the floor. Okay? Let's do it. Let's have fun today. Everyone's looking at me so scared. It's okay. Okay. So facing your chair for support if you want it. Great. We're standing on both feet. Gaze is forward. Come back into your mountain pose. Try to erase whatever anticipation has crept inside. It's okay. This is good yoga too. Notice the stories. Notice what crept into your mind, like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Notice if it's like, oh, this is going to hurt. Okay? And see if you can just observe sensation as we go and adjust accordingly. I know it's not easy. Okay, hands on your chair. Take your weight just into your left leg. So kind of canter your right leg so it's bent and you don't have any weight in the toes, but the toes can stay down for balance. Good. Now, to increase the challenge a little bit, inhale, lift the toes a little off the floor, and then exhale, put them back down. And you might do that a couple times. If you're feeling pretty stable here, great. Take your hands off your chair, maybe put your hands on your hips, or if you like, you could press your hands together at the center of your heart and kind of imagine zipping up your body. Good. Okay. This time, inhale, hover your foot off the ground. And then exhale, kind of kick your foot behind you like you're going to take a step back. And then do put the toes down on the ground. Now adjust how you need so you're in your high lunge. So that's back heel is up, but you're pressing into the toes, touching into the ground. Your front leg bends, but your knee stays pretty much right above your ankle. So you can look down and still see your big toes. And if you're using your chair for balance, make sure it's close enough so you're not reaching super far forward to grab it. Okay? Good. All right, here's what we're going to do. Next time you inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend both of your knees so your back knee almost touches the floor. Inhale, come all the way back up to sit. Just have fun with it. Let's just see what happens, okay? Use your chair. You can help push yourself back up. Let's try it a few times, okay? Exhale, bend both of your knees. Grab onto your chair. Put as much weight as you need into that. Inhale, lengthen both of your knees. Good. This time, exhale, bend both of your knees and stay for 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way back up to the top. Exhale, step forward, legs together. Notice what's left over. Let's do the other side. Careful, I'm saying careful, I didn't see any of you do it, but I've done this before, like in the gym. When you're coming down, don't slam your knee down onto the ground. okay? If you feel like there's a weakness and you're gonna like lose it, see if you can grab your chair and like as slowly as you can, place the flesh on the ground. You don't wanna slam and make hard contact. Okay, I'm sure none of you did it. Take all of your weight into your right foot. And then start practicing taking the toes off the floor. Really grab the floor with your standing foot. Squeeze all the muscles onto your legs. Squeeze your buttocks. Pelvis in, belly in, chest proud, shoulders back, gaze is locked ahead. Notice the difference? Good. With or without the support of your chair, inhale, lift your foot and hover it. Exhale, kick it behind you like you're going to take a big step. Take as long as you possibly can to bring the toes down onto the ground. And then stay in your high lunge position, please. Back toes are down, but the heel is lifted up towards the sky. Press hard into both of your big toes. Bend your front knee. Knee is kind of mostly above your ankle. Some bodies it'll go a little forward or a little back. Good. Adjust your chair so you have the support that you need. And we're going to try that same up and down. So inhale, straighten your front leg, get tall through the crown of your head. If that's too easy, lift your arms and your gaze too. Exhale, it's not too easy. Exhale, bend both of your knees. It's just an option. Don't let it slam down. Maybe you almost come all the way down, but you never touch. And then inhale, up, straight legs. Exhale, bend. Nice and slow and controlled. One more time up and down or take a break. This time when you exhale to come down, pause for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Exhale, step yourself forward. Notice what is left over. Anyone else's like glutes on fire? It's normal, me too, it's okay. Good, okay. This time, let's see, what leg just went back? The right one? The left one? Okay, stand on your left leg. We're gonna send the right leg back again. So inhale, lift the foot. Exhale, step it back. Stay in your high lunge. If you would like, you can slowly, with control, set the back knee down on the ground. If you want to stay lifted, stay lifted. Okay. Practice taking your weight out of your chair. You can pulse back and forth, like if you're feeling really wobbly, make sure you stay close. Or if you're feeling strong today, take your hands off of your chair. You can put them on your hips or your front knee or up overhead. Good, so knee up or knee down. Good. Stay where you are. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your hands into each other really, really hard. Zip your body up from your pelvis to your throat. Inhale, get longer and lean forward very slightly, long from tail to crown. Exhale, twist. So your opposite elbow and knee are coming closer together. Yeah, perfect. Long from tail to crown. Squeeze your belly, pull the belly in. Good. Slowly, with control, inhale back to your high lunge. Exhale, step it forward. Take a breath, take a break. My teacher says, is this interesting? Are we having fun? Let's try the other side, okay? Standing front leg is going to be your right leg this time. You know where we're going. Take your time. Don't rush into it. Inhale, lift your foot. Exhale, as slow and controlled as you can manage. Take that big step back. Back heel is lifting hard. Press hard into both of the sets of big toes. Bend your front knee. If you want to stay lifted, great, you're already here. If you want, with or without your chair, you can slowly lower down and put your knee on the floor. Maybe you practice taking your weight out of your hands and putting your hands on your hips or at your chest or up overhead. Get longer from your armpits to your hips, no matter where your arms are. Lift your back ribs up off your hips. Yerp. Good. Okay. Stay tall. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart and lean forward so you're longer from your tail to your crown and from the back heel to the top of your shoulders. Exhale. Twist towards your bent knee. You can stay where you are. Some bodies will touch the knee and the elbow together and press the arms in so you can twist further. Breathe. Good. Yeah, if you came out, come back in. Just try it again. Inhale, untwist, lift your torso, maybe grab your chair. Exhale, step it forward. Breathe and notice what is left over. Good. Right leg is your standing leg. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, step it back. This time, put your back heel down. Come into your warrior one. So back foot is at 45-ish. Front knee is bent. Knee on top of your ankle. Maybe touching your chair. Hands at your hips is good. Or at your chest. Or inhale overhead. Press into the back edge of your foot. Like if I was going to swipe a credit card on the pinky side of your foot, I couldn't fit it underneath there. Good. Let's try one more balancing posture, but this time on one leg. So bring your hands back to your heart, just like we did in our lunge. Inhale, lean forward so you're longer from your back heel to your crown. And this time, start to release weight from your back foot and see if you can hover that back foot, I don't know, an inch off the floor. Maybe you're pulsing. Maybe you can lift the back foot and keep it lifted. Keep your torso lifted. You can bend your standing leg or you can straighten it. You can lean forward, but only as much as you lift your back leg. Keep pressing into your back heel. Keep your gaze locked ahead of you, not directly below you. Breathe. Warrior three. Slowly with control, bring your foot back to standing. Both feet together at the top of your mat. Let your hands come down. Notice what is left over. Good. Other side. So this time the left foot will be the standing foot. Put all of your weight into your left leg. Squeeze all your muscles onto your bones. Squeeze your buttocks. Hands on your hips or at your heart or maybe on your chair. Inhale, lift your foot. Exhale, slowly with control, step it way back. And then go ahead and put the back heel down. So front foot is pushing hard into the big toe. Front knee is bent, stacked on the ankle. Back leg as long as you can make it, pressing really good into that pinky toe edge. Hips can open a little to the side. You don't have to make them both go forward. And then choose what you want to do with your arms. Warrior one. Shoulders down, face is soft. Don't hold your breath. Okay, warrior three. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale for length from your back heel to the crown of your head. Exhale, start to step into that front foot. Maybe you just hover and kind of tap your toes down, building strength. Maybe you lift the foot and it stays lifted. Maybe you start to straighten your front leg, Keep lifting that back heel and keep the chest proud. Gaze is forward, not straight down at the floor. Maybe you tilt like a teapot. Only come down in the torso as much as the back leg comes up like a teeter-totter or a seesaw, whatever. Press into the back heel hard. Yeah. Keep your breath moving. It doesn't have to be super deep. Awesome. Okay. When you're ready, ride your inhale all the way to the top of your mat, feet together, arms down, mountain pose. Notice what's left over. Really, really awesome. Good job. Okay, last standing posture. Let's do a standing forward fold. So take your chair so it's in front of you and take a wide step. It doesn't have to be a split, okay? Some bodies do toes perfectly pointing forward. I prefer at a little bit of an angle. You can do either. Keep your torso from tail to crown really tall. Hands at your hips or on your chair. And to any degree, fold forward, kind of hinge from the hips. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. This doesn't have to be like perfectly straight legs. You can come down as far as you wish. Maybe hands on the back of your seat or the butt of the seat. Or if you're pretty far down, you could kind of round your back, let your arms and your head dangle. Lots of options from here. We have lots of different bodies in the room, so maybe you play around with what feels interesting or good to you. See what happens if you walk your hands forward so that you can elongate your arms. See what happens when you walk them back underneath your face and your chest. See what happens when you bend one knee a little or a lot and then the other. Breathe. Come back to symmetry in the center if you haven't already. Head is heavy. Weight in your heels more than your toes. Bring your hands back to your hips. Before you come up, press into the feet. Pelvis in and up. Belly in and up. Inhale, bring your torso up. Tuck your chin if you get lightheaded. And then hands on your hips or holding onto your chair. Heel toe your feet back underneath you. And stay standing or take a seat. Take a break. Notice what's left over. Good. Come to a seat now if you haven't already, either in your chair or on the ground, but we're not going to get back up if that helps you decide. Take your time coming down. Good. Wherever you landed, whatever kind of seat you're in is fine. Notice this different feeling relationship with gravity. Notice what's touching the floor. Notice how your spine feels, how your breath is moving now that you're not standing anymore. Good. Cool. We're all on the floor today. Take your feet out ahead of you and then wide. Good. Again, that could be like a little bit or a lot of bit. Doesn't really matter. Take your hands and kind of come up onto your fingertips behind you so you can push into the ground and feel super, super tall. And in some bodies, that means like physically leaning back more. And then in some bodies, it's going to feel okay to kind of press into the hands and stack your shoulders more on top of your hips. There's no goal. These are just options. Press into your heels. Bring your toes back towards your shins. Notice how that changes things, if at all. Really broad across the front of your chest. Soft face. Keep breathing. Some bodies are going to be okay taking the hands in front. Some bodies are going to be okay walking the hands forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. You don't have to keep a long spine. Notice distractions, let them be what they are, where they are, and bring attention back to the sensations in your body. Keep pressing through the heels. Keep breathing. It doesn't have to be super deep. Some bodies will stay where they are. Some bodies might put their peace fingers where their flip-flops go and pull. Pull carefully. We're not cranking. It's just a way to engage a little bit differently. Good. Release. Inhale, walk yourself all the way back up to a tall spine and turn more towards your right foot. Or I'll mirror you, so this side. Good. You can walk your hands down towards your ankle and your foot more. Again, you could bend your knee as much as you want. So two options, just like everything else, right? So you can keep a long spine and see how that feels. Or you could really intentionally round your spine and bring your forehead towards your bent knee. Some bodies then grab like their ankle or their foot or something. And then you work over time, 10 years, not 10 classes, to find a straighter leg. Like in Bikram style, you bend the knee. The first step is to bend the knee as much as you need and grab the foot so that the forehead does keep contact with the knee. And then over time, it's like they stay together and they move down towards the floor together. Different lineages will tell you different things. Good. Inhale yourself all the way back up to a tall spine. Exhale towards the other leg. Inhale for length first, and then exhale, fold over this leg. Knee could be super duper bent. You're not like better at yoga if your leg is long, okay? You're just at a higher risk for a hamstring injury. So check your ego, be careful, don't force it, please. Remember all your options. You really can wiggle around here a lot. Notice what happens when you kind of turn the right shoulder more down towards the floor. Last round of breath here. And then when you're ready to breathe in again, ride your inhale all the way to the top. And bring your feet together in front of you. Knees can be super high. You could physically grab your legs or put blocks under your legs for support. If you're going to use the blocks, it's kind of weird, but you have to kind of put them at an angle so that the leverage holds them there just on the razor edge of the block. But it does add a lot of support, so I recommend this highly, especially if you feel like gravity is just ripping you apart here. You don't want that ripping feeling. But a little sensation in the upper thighs and towards the groin, that's all kind of what this pose can target. Good? Okay, so grabbing onto your knees, or some people prefer like the ankles or the toes. See if you can pull more on your arms to get yourself to be taller. And if that feels like too much work in the low spine, fine, do what we did in the wide-legged forward fold and bring your hands behind you so you can push into the floor that way instead and feel long. Stay where you are, shoulders down and back. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. Breathe. Inhale your head back to the center. Hold on more with your right hand. Lean your head to the left. Breathe. Let your jaw go slack. Maybe stick out your tongue. Inhale yourself back to the center. Grab on harder with your left hand. Head goes to the right. Soft face, shoulders down. Slack your jaw, maybe stick out your tongue. Good. Inhale yourself all the way back to the center. Exhale, forward fold, any type. You could keep a long spine, or you could really round your spine. If you're folding forward with a long spine, your chest is coming towards your toes. If you're rounding, then the crown of your head is reaching for the spot between the soles of your feet. Feet can come further away from your body, by the way. You don't have to keep them super duper close. If you're pretty far down, make sure your elbows are coming out to the side instead of straight back towards your belly so that they're out of your way. Next time you inhale, roll yourself all the way back up to a tall spine. Hands on either side of each knee, close your legs like a book. And then with or without the support of your hands, lower down onto your back. So with your hands, you can kind of walk. Without the hands, I like to keep them ahead of me, but you could put them at your chest and like one vertebrae at a time, roll down. It's up to you. Once you get onto the ground, pause for a moment, just notice what it's like. Again, we've changed your relationship with gravity because we changed what's touching the floor. So notice what that feels like. Notice how the breath feels different from here. Good. Right knee back for a hug. Keep your left foot on the floor or elongate your left leg. Grab onto your pants or your knee or your shin and use the strength of your arms to really pull the right knee in towards your belly or out at an angle towards your armpit. Hips down, shoulders down, chin slightly down, head is heavy. Soften the muscles in the sides of your neck and at your eyebrows and at your jaw. Breathe. Good. Put your right foot on the floor, open your arms out to a T shape, and then scoot both of your hips towards the right a little bit and twist your right knee towards the left side of the room. So you're going to end up kind of balancing on just your left hip. Your right hip will come up off the floor. Yeah, perfect. Option to look away from your knees towards your right fingertips. Only if your neck's okay with it. Inhale your head back to the center first, and then let your legs follow so you're back in neutral. Bend both of your knees, both feet on the floor. Take a breath. Other side. Left knee comes back for a hug. Maybe you keep your right knee bent or you elongate the right leg. Hips and shoulders and head are all down on the floor, just using the strength of your hands and your arms to kind of pull here. And breathe your belly big into your leg. Soften your gaze. Soften your neck. Good. Release your left foot to the floor. Open your arms out to a T shape. Shift your hips a little to the left, and then twist left knee towards the right. Could be a little, could be a lot. Hell, you could even extend your left leg on top and reach for your toes. Someone made this up. Just do whatever you want. Maybe you look away from your legs towards your left fingertips. Soften into your twist. Inhale, bring your head back to the center, and then let the rest of your body follow. Back in neutral, both knees bent, both feet on the floor. Take a breath, notice what's left over. Last pose, both knees back for a hug. You could take them both straight back towards your belly and really compress like a roly-poly bug. Or you could open your knees out towards your armpits at more of an angle. In either case, option to be still or to roll around, maybe side to side, forward and back. You could compress as tiny as you can into a little ball, grab your wrist or your elbows and pull your chin in, forehead towards your knees. You could do something I didn't mention. Excuse me. Last few seconds here to do anything that feels interesting or necessary. Any pose I didn't teach that you're really wanting to do today, now is your chance. Good choices. If you're doing something asymmetrical, different on each side, now's a good time to switch sides. If you're done, be done. Come into your integration pose. And then if you haven't already, find a neutral, restful position where you can stay. Traditionally, that is like napping pose, which is lying on your back, legs long, arms long, palms up towards the sky. To respect your time, we won't do a body scan today. Instead, I will give you 1 minute of silence. I'll tell you when the silence has started, when it's halfway over, and when it is completely over. And as you sit in silence, I do want to recognize this is the hardest part for a lot of people. So each time you notice your mind wandering away towards anything, a thought or a judgment or a sound or a feeling, whatever, notice what it is, identify it, label it. That's a thought, that's a feeling, that's a noise. And then as quickly as you can, bring your attention back. Starting now. Halfway. Good. Notice anywhere that your mind went. And then bring your attention back to your body's weight on the floor. Notice your breath without changing it. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your body wake back up. And maybe you start to roll your ankles and your wrists or bend your knees. Before you get up, one last little challenge before we come to a seat. Notice the way you, like by default, would come to sit and see if you can come up the opposite direction or just a different way. And once you do find a seat, look for length. So don't worry about what it looks like, but look for the tail reaching for the ground, pelvis very gently tilting forward, shoulders down and away from your ears, head is forward, gaze is forward and soft. And I'll invite you to bring your hands together, either in a prayer position with the thumbs touching the center of your chest. You can stack your hands here, whatever feels good to you. And look down or bow down towards your heart in your hands. And this motion is in gratitude of yourself. So as best you can, give yourself a sincere thank you just for carving out the time and showing up. We all know that's 90% of the work, and everything else is just practice. And remember, you have a body, but you're not just your body. You have a mind, but you're not just your thoughts. And you have emotions, but you're not just your feelings. As you're ready, your hands can come down. Let your eyes flutter open and up. Class is over. Thank you all so much for coming. If you have questions or concerns, you can tell me now or email me, and I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Okay? Have a good rest of your Sunday.